I keep hearing that this ex of mine, my so-called twin flame, and now they're calling him my counterpart, my divine masculine. And I'm like, oh my goodness. No, he wasn't. He was my soulmate, yes, but he is not my counterpart. He is not my twin flame. So, how I know this is because, as a program, when Father saved my counterparts, in my counterparts folder, right? My programs, there's a folder called Counterparts. And in that folder, there's two counterparts, two main counterparts, the ones that came with me when I was coming through to Earth, who traveled with me from where we, the planet that we were, the planet that I was trained. I forgot what the planet was, but it's the planet of one of my counterparts, the dark one, the shadow one. And I had the light counterpart as well. So those were the two main counterparts under my counterpart folder. However, under the counterpart folder, there's also another folder within that counterpart folder that said soulmates. In that folder of soulmates, meaning in the counterpart folder, I got two counterparts, which are just two counterparts, and I also have a folder which has soulmates, meaning they are both my counterparts and my soulmates. And these are three of them, right? The first two main ones that I came through with, one is antivirus counterpart. The second one is debugger counterpart. In the folder within the counterpart folder, which is called soulmates, there were three soulmates. One is storage, the other one is recycle bin, and the other one is troubleshooter. Those are my three soulmates and counterpart. That's all there was in there. Now, this ex of mine, who they keep saying, he's your counterpart, he's your twin flame, is not a counterpart, nor is he a twin flame, because he is not saved under my counterpart folder. But where is he saved? Out of that counterpart folder, there is another folder which says soulmates. And in that soulmates folder, there's all my family, like soulmates, soul families, my family, my sister, him as well, and all the other people that I'm going to meet throughout my mission. The people who are supposed to be traveling or doing some sort of soul searching work for themselves, which is similar or related to my mission. This is the group that I'm here to affect. That family, the families, is a lot of people in there. And he's just one of those people in there. He's a soulmate. He's not necessarily a man out. Yes, he did have an opportunity to become more than just a soulmate. At any point in time, Father can remove him from my folder of soulmates and maybe put him in a counterpart if he needed to, right? And he can remove him even from the soulmates folder completely if it needs to be, right? So for this specific mission, so he's not part of the whole thing. He came on a one-man mission, on his own soul mission. I was just to meet him here. He was contracted to train me on spirituality, to give me the understanding of spirituality, teach me things like we are actually programs. He started off to try to give me that knowledge, but Uncle Old Man, that is the devil, stopped him, and he changed the subject and decided that from that moment on that he's going to ride with the devil, because his job was only to, when I got here, was his job or his contract was for him to kickstart me, that is, teach me, and also show me how he does his stuff, his mission. I was to help him with some of his mission, right? Because Father showed me where he was lacking, but he was supposed to show me things. He came here knowing he is a God program, but similar to some of the other soulmates within the soulmates folder. Some of them are God and goddesses. They came here for their own mission. They had their own specific mission that they came here for. Now, what Uncle Olman did, that is the devil, he copied his face from the soulmate folder and went and pasted it on into a Counterpart folder, but replaced antivirus's photo with he is actually a diagnostic function. He's a diagnostic program. Replaced it with diagnostic's face in the Counterpart in the folder. So basically all he did was he didn't change the program. He didn't copy the whole person, the whole soulmate, as in him as a diagnostic, and pasted him in the folder. He didn't add him to the folder. He just copied his face, his picture, into the folder of Counterparts and replaced the picture of antivirus's picture with diagnostic picture. Now, when I saw this, I said to Father, but what is he doing now? Father's like, he doesn't understand. And I'm like, why doesn't he copy the whole thing? Even my grandmother said, are you sure it's okay just to take the photo? Why don't we take the whole folder? He's like, no, just the photo. The photo is fine. This is why I keep saying Uncle Omen sometimes. I don't know. I get the feeling. Sometimes I feel like he's working for Father. He's working for Father. He could be. I won't be surprised in the end and we find out that Uncle Omen, that is the devil himself, is actually working for Father, just to see and test all these programs which are not aligned, to see where the problems are. I swear that the mistakes that he makes, they are like I don't. And I was a child at the time, and the little that I understood, I could see that this is not going to work. You're just changing the face of the person. The program behind it, it's still the antivirus's program. So Father says to me, it's okay. And I was upset because I was like, I knew it wasn't really a good thing to copy like that. It wasn't really working. I thought it was going to copy the whole person, the whole and a diagnostic file and paste it into my Counterpart photo. But no, he just took the photo. Now Father says to me, don't, and I was like, but then he changed. I had an issue with the fact that he changed the photo of the man I knew. Father's like, no, don't worry about it. You already know him. You've already met him. So that's not going to be a problem because you know what antivirus looks like, right? Because I traveled with him. We came here together. Well, there was a little bit of something happening, so we didn't reach Earth together. We actually reached Earth together, but he was chasing me, right? I was running away from him. He was chasing me. But the thing, what I'm saying is that I know what he looks like. So it wasn't going to help for him to present a face for someone that I know for real who he looks like. And this person I was never introduced to, by the way. That is diagnostic. I never was introduced to him officially. What happened with me, how I know him, is my visions showed me him. Now, the twin flame stuff. Apparently, he's also my twin flame. He's not my twin flame. First, let's start with a counterpart before we go to a twin flame. A counterpart is a part of you, or a part that comes together with your part. That is a counterpart. It helps you. When you're in a mission, you get counterparts on a mission, or you can get soulmates. A twin flame is something different. But when you're a counterpart is a mission type of a partnership. A counterpart is a mission type of a connection of a partner. It's like, for us, the 5 within that counterpart folder, right? It was actually 6 with me, because they are 5 within my program, and in their programs as well. You're going to find me in their programs, in their maybe counterpart or soulmate program, folder. So what happens is, a counterpart, like I said, is someone who comes with you as part of a mission. They come with you as part of your mission. A soulmate is someone who's also part of your mission, but they are part of your mission with regards to they are able to travel with you, alongside you, while they can still be on their own separate mission, but they're able to travel with you up until a point, even towards the end. You could be sharing a soul mission. That is, both of you have the similar mission. It's just you're doing it separately. You're not passed to each other. That is, if one needs to continue and the other stays behind, one can continue without the other. Whereas a counterpart, it's a different story. The counterpart, when I wake up, as I woke up now, my counterparts have no choice but to also start waking up. Wherever they are, we can be scattered around the world. Wherever they are, they will have nothing else but to wake up. One of us who wakes up will wake the others up. That's a counterpart. But with the counterpart as well, is that they need to be able to work and operate individually, so independently. They can do that. Like, wherever my counterpart is, antivirus in his environment, when he's on, because he has to be on, when he's waking up, he's going to be waking up, and he's going to be antivirus in that environment where he is. Same thing as debugger. Same thing as storage will be waking up. Storage is the one who's currently waking up. He is the other divine masculine that people are referring to, the one they are preventing from coming towards me. And then recycle bin and troubleshooter as well. They woke up the same time, because they are, the 3 of them actually are one soul. I think they are twin flames, if I remember correctly. If I'm just looking at them the way they behave, they could be twin flames. Is it twin flame? Twin flames or soulmates to each other. So this is why they're grouped in 3. They come as 3. You need all of them 3 working together in order for you to achieve your goal. They can work, they work together as 3 to achieve a same soul mission. This is why they come together in the same folder as soulmates, but within my main counterpart folder. Now, wherever they are as well, they woke up. Them I felt when I actually felt all of them. I felt antivirus first. He's the first to wake up. I couldn't feel I could feel debugger, but debugger was a bit, I don't know, something was off with him. He wasn't really functioning. So Father said no, he's went deep into himself, because of he was missing me so much that he sort of sunk into himself. Plus, he has a lot of blame on himself for what happened when we were coming through. So he's not well. The three, that is my other counterparts. They have they woke up. They were close to me, and I sensed even them. I sensed them physically as well. I sensed all of them physically, to be honest, but they were so close to me. I knew when they woke up. I just knew that they woke up. And I remember the moment when they actually, like, they were waking up, but slowly. So I've sensed them. But the moment when they really woke up was when these witches and these governments were tearing into my stomach, inside my stomach. They were ripping my stomach inside, and I was like in like agony. And I cried. Then I kind of like cried and screamed, and they felt it. And this is when they woke up. They all woke up. Storage woke up and started like shaking, like violently shaking. All of them were shaking, but Storage was violently shaking. He is I think he's very much what would you call it? He's very raptive in a sense. He is he's powerful as well, right? All three of them are, they are big programs. They are God programs. So I mean, I'm installed within Storage. It tells you how much energy Storage is. We are all installed with, we are all saved under Storage. So that should tell you how big Storage is. So he's very much a very big energy. And I guess when he gets agitated, it's gonna show. Now, that's the counterparts. They're able to operate individually wherever they are. However, there's a point where I draw them. They're gonna be drawn to me whether they like it or not. All they're doing right now, all of them are trying to get to me. They're trying to get out of their environments to get to me. I mean, that awakening is part of what they need. It's part of their growth. It's part of their mission as well. Like I'm defragmenting the environment that I'm in right now with the family that I have, these soulmates who needs to be jerked to wake up as well and start awakening. Antivirus is doing the same thing on his environment. Debugger is doing the same thing on his environment. Storage, recycle bin, and troubleshooter are also doing the same thing in their environments. These environments are being shaken by this waking up, and eventually we're going to get to a point where we're going to come together. But what they're doing in their respective places also brings the whole thing together. It also merges in a way all these things, however Father planned it to be. He knew, or he chose specific points within the system where everybody's going to work in. And then eventually when we come together, they're going to now help me start running in this environment where when we need some antivirus to be run, antivirus will do that. Debugger will do his part. Like where we're working together, probably in the same space at some stage. I don't know when that is going to happen. And but that's the thing. It's like we don't need to be together. They can just go and work where they need to work, but we are counterparts. Now, as I ascend spiritually, they also don't have a choice. They are pulled. I pull them. I'm an energy that can pull all of them to wake up. I pull them. But because of that's what I am, I get energy even from father, mother, and all the spirit team that is supporting me to ascend. That is to keep moving, keep ascending spiritually. And they have no choice. They are being pulled. They have no choice but to wake up and to ascend spiritually as well. Some of them might delay and decide that they don't want to do anything. They sit where they want to sit. But this is where Father is watching them, to see if there's something seriously wrong with them, or they can be jacked to come through. And I promise you, the way I understand it is, if they show any sign of weakness when they need to be, like they are really dragging me down too much, they'll be removed from those folders. It's simple as that. They'll be removed, they'll be removed, and new energies will be put in place to assist me. Remember, I'm able to run as a program independently, just like they are able to run in the program independently. I'm just here to do my job. And if I can do my job with assistance from antivirus and debugger doing their parts, it makes my job easier, because they would have dealt with viruses, they would have dealt with programs which are not proper, that has bugs. They would have, storage would have made sure that he's also clean. Recycle bin will make sure that everything is cleaned out, and he is also running efficiently. He's not having too many things dumped in him which he needs to delete on time as well. Troubleshooter will be troubleshooting the system as well, all the system components and all of that, making sure that everything else is working fine, so that whenever I run, I just run smoothly. However, I'm capable of doing not exactly what they do, but the way my program runs is capable of fixing all these other things that they could have fixed, even though it might take a long time, because of the fact that I have to deal with virus files, I have to deal with bugs in the programs, I have to deal with all of those things. All I'm doing is I'm removing what's not supposed to be there, what's broken, and I'm replacing it with what's good, and I am dumping everything where it needs to be dumped. They will deal with it when on their end. That is that is storage, and recycle bin will deal with whatever output that I bring out. And this is why it is difficult for them to pull back. This is why it's difficult for them to stay and not move forward, because what they're going to get is they're going to get the output that I spew out. They will have no choice. Recycle bin will have no choice but to be like, I'm seeing all these dump files being dumped inside of me. What the heck? What's going on? Right? Because I'll be like discarding all these things that are not supposed to be in a specific program or specific file or whatever, and building a block. I built every program, every part of the system to be in solid state. I put it back into solid state. I bring it apart, and then I pack it again so that it fits well and there's no holes in it. And whatever is not part of that program is thrown out. So that is essentially what a counterpart is. It's a part of you. It's a part that comes with you on a mission, or that is with you on a mission. Now, this ex of mine, he came alone on his own mission. He's got his own group of people that he needs to be focusing on, his own other soulmates and counterparts and whatnot that he's supposed to be doing their mission, his mission with. He failed at that as well, because instead of looking at his own mission, he always wanted to do other people's mission. That is my mission. He can't do my mission. He thinks of himself as me, but we're not the same. This is why he keeps trying to take my power and my energy. This is why he thinks he can run as me. What he doesn't understand is he's more troubleshooter than he is me. His real core is actually troubleshooter. His core is a he's built from troubleshooter. He's not built from something like me. And This is why he uses such conniving, bitchy ways to get to control me, because he is not even operating from a troubleshooter perspective. That's the biggest problem. That's who they switched off. Uncle Oldman and the devil, Uncle Oldman, the devil himself, switched off troubleshooter. So what he's operating as is a shell. That is, diagnostic is troubleshooter inside, but troubleshooter with an extension of automatic issue resolution. So he's only operating on an automatic issue resolution. Troubleshooter, the main program, the main power, his main power, he's not connected to it. He's not linking to it. This is why he's behaving like a, I don't know what to call it, but anyway. That is Counterpart. That is a soulmate, in a sense of a soulmate. He was just here to, we were not even going to do the same mission. When we landed, or when we got here, he would have had to provide us with a brief of what he has done already. And then we would take it from him and go and work on the issues that he was not able to resolve himself. He was just going to brief us on what he has been up to since we haven't come here. When we were still coming here. And whatever he has done, we needed to know in a sense of, oh, okay, he's already done this, he's already done that, he's already done that. Okay, only these things are not working. So whatever we decide to do doesn't interfere with him, and whatever he decides to do doesn't interfere with us. That's all it was between the two of us, between his program and our mission. He was not part of our mission. He has his own mission. When it comes to twin flame, people think twin flame is like a a twin flame could be a male split into two, by the way, and the other part be both of them be males, or both of them be females, right? It's the same copy. It's a soul split in two. That's it. It's a soul that is split into two. A twin flame. One soul split into two, meaning it's a duplicate of, they are duplicates of each other. It's like having many file programs, file or many edit programs within a system, right? Everywhere when you go, you find that there's edit in this program, there's edit there, there's edit in that other program. It's something like that. That you have a program which can be split into many. That's what a twin flame is. Now, how my father explained it to me, he said to me, oh, they're going to say things like you are his soulmate or something like that. And I was like, okay, so is he my soulmate? And he's like, no, he's not your soulmate. You can't have a soulmate. And I was like, why can't I have a soulmate? Mother's like, no, you can't. Programs like you don't have soulmates. And I'm like, why not? My father goes on to explain that I can't duplicate you. Not that he can't duplicate me, but you're such a big program. Duplicating you was gonna be heavy on the system. So programs like you are not duplicated like that. You can't have two defragmentation programs within one operating system. I'm going to be only the one. I can have counterparts, but I cannot have a duplicate of me. You can have two antiviruses. I think you can have a couple of antiviruses installed on the system, but you can't have both of them running, if I remember correctly as well. Yeah, you can't have both of them running. You can only run one at a time. Same thing as debugger. It's only one. So there's this type of programs like us where you cannot duplicate them. Their function cannot be duplicated in an operating system. Maybe you can have them again in another operating system, but You won't be able to have them in one operating system if you have two of them in the same operating system. They're just too much heavy and involved in the function that they do to be duplicated. Again, that's a twin flame. It's essential, or a twin flame can split, as in like your female part of everybody has some sort of a male and a female energy, right? You can split it into male and female energy, but when they do come together, it's actually one soul. It's actually one soul. It's like it's a one person, one soul, but split into two to make a copy of one soul. And when they come together, it's just again one soul. It's not like you're meeting a counterpart out there. No, it's not like you're meeting a different program and you're joining with a different program. No, you are joining with yourself. You split them to the other one goes left, the other one goes right, to learn about themselves. But it's, they say, apparently they say that it's when you split your soul like that when you want to accelerate your ascension. You want to accelerate your spiritual ascension. That is, you want to learn on that side and learn on that side, and then you're going to come back together, join together with all that learning joined together, and you therefore accelerate to the next level, because you would have learned and mastered yourself on the one side as something else, and you're going to learn and master yourself on the other side as something else. But when you come together, you master each other, or you master yourself with each other as one. You elevate higher because of that, to accelerate your ascension through the spiritual ladder. That's what the twin flame is. You know, people think that they have twin flames. Again, it's one of those things that not everybody's going to have. There's some programs which don't need to be duplicated like that. You can become soulmates. Soulmate is a thing, right? Soulmate is a thing, and it's also not like many people who have soulmates. Soulmates are more like, even like, you can have soulmates, but you can also have soul families. So your family are part of your soulmate, a part of soulmates, a part of people that you were supposed to be with. You share a soul mission, right? Somewhere. You help each other to achieve, you can help each other to achieve spiritual ascension, or you can damper each other of to not achieve spiritual ascension, depending on what kind of soul family you have. If they're not the type of people who are ascending like that and just likes to, I don't know, loaf around spiritually. So twin flame is also one of those programs which I'm trying to think of which one can be a twin flame. For instance, the twin flame example, like I gave with, but the other counterparts or soulmates of mine who are my counterparts, but there are three of them. They're split into three and they're saved as one group. That is storage, what do you call it? Recycle bin and troubleshooter. Remember, the storage, recycle bin is a form of storage as well. It's just that they separated, and I think it wasn't there before, but further separated, like when files are not necessary, if you delete them, they can still be stored they used to be stored within storage himself. But to manage things more efficiently, he separated the deleted stuff into a folder called storage, or into a program called storage. So storage is part of, recycle bin is part of storage, right? And out of that part of storage, within storage, we have all these other programs which are stored within him. However, there is this one program that is essential to running the system or starting the system, which is troubleshooter. That guy needs to be up and ready every time. When you switch on your PC, he's the first program to run. Troubleshooter. So he is part of this storage because of it's like your PC is waking up, right? When you switch on your PC. Troubleshooter is the one that goes to each and every component, each and every program, each and every whatever within the system to say, wake up, are you awake, are you awake? It pings every program, and where it finds, it pings, and now they don't wake up, it continues. But what will you do? It will spew out an error message to say this component within the machine is not working, right? That's what troubleshooter does. That messages that you get when you switch on your PC in the beginning and you find those error messages, you know your system is going to have a problem soon. You need to go and say troubleshoot. Troubleshoot will tell you where to go and fix. So those three go hand in hand, and they've been working together like that, and they are efficient like that. So they share a soul. They are soulmates, and I do believe, okay, maybe troubleshoot has a soulmate. Recycle bin could be a twin flame to storage. That's what I mean when I say twin flame. This is how I understand twin flame. Is that it's the same program, like storage. Recycle bin is a storage for deleted stuff. Storage is a storage for not undeleted stuff and working stuff. Those two people are actually twin flames. They are one man. They are one soul split into two. It's actually one person. Troubleshooter could be their soulmate, or it could, yes, troubleshooter is their soulmate because he's not a storage, right? He's not a storage type. He is a super program. He is the original super program troubleshooter. The original, this is the one program that Father is very, very proud of. It opened a lot of doors for him once he got troubleshooter on. It showed him what is possible going forward. And this antiviruses, this fragmentation tools, all these other tools within the system are the ideas that came out from the idea of troubleshooter. Some of us are actually using a bit of troubleshooter, not me per se. I think Father said, no, I don't have troubleshooter program in me. However, diagnostic has troubleshooter program in him. This is the original untainted super program that is troubleshooter. Father says he will never update troubleshooter in that way, change his core, change his fundamental use. He's very rudimentary, straightforward, to the point. He doesn't have any frills on him. However, he does the job. He gets the job. On his own, troubleshooter can bring the system into solid state if you keep running him and keep fixing whatever messages he gives you. You can get the system into a solid state just by rerunning troubleshooter every now and then. Yes, he is cumbersome in a sense of you have to do those fixes manually, so which is why diagnostic was invented or programmed or created, so that he has an element of issue resolution, automatic issue resolution. All right, but within him, his core is actually troubleshooter. But the idea, the method of troubleshooter informs most of us, informs the design of most of the super programs after troubleshooter. It's almost like Father, uses bits and pieces of the idea of troubleshooter within different programs. So he's a ancient god. His ancestors are the super programs. It's like I always think of him as like what's this movie? I forgot it, but yeah, father's very, very proud of him. His father's like, when he talks about troubleshooter, he there's this glint in his eyes. But yeah, so those can be, troubleshooter can be a soulmate to these two who are twin flames, because they are programs of storage. They do the same thing. They might do the same thing. However, one is doing on a deletion type of things, storage, and the other one is doing storage in a sense of the stuff that are still required, are still needed within the system. That's what a twin flame is like. So you could be a storage twin flame, and remember, you could be written as a program as a storage. You don't have to be the main storage like that. You could be in storage for something else. So that's basically twin flame, counterpart, soulmate. I don't know if there's another type, but the only ones I know that we touched on was soulmate, counterpart, and twin flame. The twin flame only came through when he says, "Oh yeah, they're gonna try and claim that you have a twin flame." Just know you can't have a twin flame. That's what he said. So no, the guy's not my twin flame. He wishes, and even if he was my twin flame, surely he's doing a bad job at it. He's surely doing a very, very bad job to it. They don't understand the twin flame concept. Even Uncle Omen, and he doesn't understand the twin flame concept. Because the fact that they're using the word twin flame, there's no twin flame in my program. I don't have any twin flame. I have counterparts and soulmates. That's it. So for them to say there's a twin flame folder somewhere, there's no such a thing for me. It goes to show that they were just trying to fool people to think that there's such a there's a twin flame. Twin flame are very rare. They're also like it's also like the counterparts. Counterparts are very rare because of they're also mission orientated. You must come here for a reason, from a mission perspective. You can come here for a purpose, your purpose to do your job. That is, you're on your own mission, but you have your soulmates, the people that walk with you throughout this path and help you, assist you somewhere or whatever. But when it comes to counterparts, they are for mission type of journeys. It's like father needs to achieve certain things, and he says, okay, I need this tool, this tool, puts it in the toolbox and say, I'm going to fix a fence somewhere. Similar to that. They are in the same toolbox. We are just the same. We are in the same toolbox as counterparts. We are counterparts to each other. Some of us are soulmates to each other. Because I remember asking father, what is a soulmate? Is it like friends? And he's like, yeah, it's like friends. Mother is like looking at him like, are you lying to her or something? Father's like, no, what? It is true. They can be friends, you know. You can have friends as soulmates. They actually could be. Your friends are probably part of your program as soulmates. Soulmates or soul family or soul friends, whatever. But there's like a soulmate who is, this is why your soulmate can become your partner as well. Because your souls have soul recognition. That is, you are doing something together. You are doing something similar. You are walking the similar path. So you have soul recognition of each other. Because of that, you grew up together. Your sister, like my sister, was my soul mate. But she's a soul mate in a sense of she was supposed to also wake up with me. and also help me wake up. She was contracted to do that, but she decided to do other things. My own sister. My brother's not my soulmate. He's part of the soul family. Not even the soul family. But yeah, but you know what? My soul family, I saw my grandmother in there. I saw most of my family members in there. So soulmates are your soulmate. Under soulmates, you can have a variety of types of soulmates. Friends, soul family, soul co-workers, who knows? But I saw a lot of people. There was like a lot of people. And I was like, let me see that list first. It's like, no, it's not important. Even the other folders, he didn't show me exactly who was in those other folders. The only one that I saw was the counterpart folder with the two counterparts that I already knew because I saw them in his office while he was working on them, while he had their avatars open, like lying down open, and he was changing some stuff in them to make us match. So yeah, I don't know what. So I guess this was inspiring. What inspired my conversation today? Oh yeah, somewhere where someone is saying, "Oh, this was your divine masculine." No, he was not. He could have been. And this is when also my father says to me, "I'm gonna add him." Father added. He wasn't even supposed to be my soulmate, by the way, but father added him to my mission. He wasn't even supposed to be in my mission. Father added him after he forced father, not forced, but he kept asking father to add him to my mission. Hey, giving all kinds of reasons why he could help and whatever. Father's like, no, you can't help here. Your job is to focus on your mission. And I think this is where things went wrong. By him being added in my mission, in my folder somehow, it's confusing him. He's not remembering that no, he's supposed to be working on his own mission that he came through here alone for. Instead, he's busy focusing on becoming the main mission, the main person who does the mission. And he's just the soulmate. And father says to me, at any point in time, tell me if I need to remove him. And I said to him, remove him. I don't need this kind of distraction in this mission. He's to be removed as a result. But I don't know if he's going to be removed to continue with his mission, but it sounds like this guy has done so much bullshit. He looks like he's going to have to come back for his mission. I don't know. He looks like he's going to have to go and maybe come back. I don't know. He's done too much. But it's also up to him. If he takes the opportunity that the universe father gives him to work on himself, yes, he could possibly continue with his mission after that. But if he's going to be lazy about it, he's not going to be able to sustain himself in this environment. He's going to have to come back again and do this journey again. Yeah, well, it is what it is. I think I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast. Let me go and make something to eat.